YouTube. So this is a video on footlocking. I'm going to go through the basics, how to do it, and then I'm going to do some tips and tricks along the way to help you progress and be able to use this at work. So gear that you'll need is obviously you'll need your rope, which could be your access line, your climbing line, whatever it is. You need to get it isolated onto a union, preferably a meter or so, or just away from the tree so it gives you room to be able to move. Then you'll also need some sort of like prussic, like footlocking strap. This can be a stitched one like this, or it can be a full loop where you have like a fisherman's to make a big loop. It needs to be a good length as well, so then you can tie your knot and then be able to have a good nice full reach as you stand up. So the knots that you can use is you can use a 6-hole prussic, which I've got a short that you can see how to do that, but I'll just quickly demonstrate again. So obviously around the back, when you go through once, it'll be quite hard to do when it's so long, but twice, 3 times, and then obviously you need to just make sure you set it all, make sure it's going to grab before you even leave the ground is the key thing. So you got a 6-hole prussic that you can use. You want to make it loose before you ascend so you can actually slide it up and down the rope, because if it's got it locked on and you try and slide, it's quite hard and too much friction. So you can do a 6-hole prussic, or what I prefer to use is a clam heist, which is it only grab one way. So again, you start from the back and I go downwards once, twice, 3 times, and then you go through the loop. Again, set that, make sure it's going to grab, and again I like to have it loose before I actually set off. So that's the 2 main knots that you'll probably use for your footlocking. Okay, so I'm clipped into the rope, into my prussic, sorry. And then so the technique is you're going to put your left foot up and put it onto the right hand side of the rope, or the ropes. And as you stand up now and lift yourself onto your arms, you hook it with your right foot and stand onto your left. So what you do is that, hook it, stand on it, and then you can stand up. And then all that is then is just repeat again. Okay, so if you're just practicing at home, say, or you're at work and you enter a tricky situation, having a figure of 8 is really good. So obviously if you're at home, it means you can go up and down and practice as much as you want. So I'll just show you how to put this on. So you'd obviously, you get to where you are, you'd be sat in your prussic loop, and you get the figure of 8 off your harness. You put both ropes through the figure of 8, and you just go all the way around the carabiner as well to create your figure of 8 on the rope. You then clip that onto your harness, onto your ring, onto your bridge, and then what you'd have to do now is, obviously you're still hanging in there and you can't reach your prussic. You'd have to do another lock in the tree, grab your prussic and slide it back down to you like this, keeping your feet locked. So my weight's now on my feet, and then grab below the figure of 8, and then you'll be able to hold your prussic and descend down. So I'll quickly just do a full demonstration, and then I'll give you some little pointers, some extra little tips to help you get going. Okay, so I did a quick demonstration there, so hopefully you could see what was going on. I did the figure of 8 to come down. Another tip is, so say you're at work and you're footlocking all the way up and you start to get close to the union. If it's quite a big branch, you want to stay clear, because as you get close to the branch, say like this can actually open up your prussic and make it not grip, and then there's a chance of you just literally falling out the tree. So make sure to stay a good couple foot away from the branch when you get near it. So that's another very handy tip to do that. So yeah, moving on to tips, I'll go on to, that was I guess tip 1. Yeah, I'll talk into more tips. So another little tip with your prussic cord is, what I do is I put a little tiny bit of throw line on here, so then it allows me to clip like a neck tether, or in this example a chesty. So then when I'm footlocking, it keeps this bit of rope away from my feet, so I can't accidentally get tangled in it. So it just keeps it a little bit more neater and out of my way here as well. It's just yeah, a lot more handy. Tip number, I guess, 3 is sometimes before you set off, it's quite handy to just do like a slip knot. So this just keeps the ropes together, so then you don't accidentally just grab one rope and then it slips out your feet. So doing that is really handy, and then your ground, you can just obviously get rid of it when you're done footlocking. So the next tip, say you're at work and you just footlocked up, you stood on a branch, lanyarded in, and you're just taking off your prussic and you were climbing double. You have your double rope already preset on the ground, and then your groundy then can go and haul it up for you, say with a zigzag or a hitch climb setup like this. And say you had a chainsaw as well, so then you can also then go and clip your chainsaw on and he can haul it up to you then as well. Okay, so hopefully that was a nice little intro into footlocking, and there's a couple of tips there you might know, you might not know. I'm sure it'll help someone. So yeah, and that was the intro into footlocking. So if you like the vid, give it a like and comment if there's anything else you want to know, whether it's other ideas that you have as well. There is other things you can do with footlocking, but if it was helpful and you learned something, give it a like, and I'll see you on the next one.